Section 0 of Cain. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Cain by Jean Toomer. Forward. Reading this book, I had the vision of a land heretofore sunk in the mists of muteness, suddenly rising up into the eminence of song. Innumerable books have been written about the South. Some good books have been written in the South. This book is the South. I do not mean that Cain covers the South or is the South's full voice. Merely this: a poet has arisen among our American youth who has known how to turn the essences and materials of his Southland into the essences and materials of literature. A poet has arisen in that land who writes not as a Southerner, not as a rebel against Southerners, not as a Negro, not as apologist or priest or critic, who writes as a poet. The fashioning of beauty is ever foremost in his inspiration, not forcedly, but simply, and because these ultimate aspects of his world are to him more real than all its specific problems. He has made songs and lovely stories of his land, not of its yesterday, but of its immediate life, and that has been enough. How rare this is will be clear to those who have followed with concern the struggle of the South toward literary expression, and the particular trial of that portion of its folk whose skin is dark. The gifted Negro has been too often thwarted from becoming a poet because his world was forever forcing him to recollect that he was a Negro. The artist must lose such lesser identities in the great well of life. The English poet is not forever protesting and recalling that he is English. It is so natural and easy for him to be English that he can sing as a man. The French novelist is not forever noting, "This is French." It is so atmospheric for him to be French that he can devote himself to saying, "This is human." This is an imperative condition for the creating of deep art. The whole will and mind of the creator must go below the surfaces of race. And this has been an almost impossible condition for the American Negro to achieve, forced every moment of his life into a specific and superficial plane of consciousness. The first negative significance of Cain is that this so natural and restrictive state of mind is completely lacking. For Toomer, the Southland is not a problem to be solved. It is a field of loveliness to be sung. The Georgian Negro is not a downtrodden soul to be uplifted. He is material for gorgeous painting. The segregated, self-conscious brown belt of Washington is not a topic to be discussed and exposed. It is a subject of beauty and of drama, worthy of creation in literary form. It seems to me, therefore, that this is a first book in more ways than one. It is a harbinger of the South's literary maturity, of its emergence from the obsession put upon its minds by the unending racial crisis, an obsession from which writers have made their indirect escape through sentimentalism, exoticism, polemic, problem fiction, and moral melodrama. It marks the dawn of direct and unafraid creation, and as the initial work of a man of 27, it is the harbinger of a literary force of whose incalculable future I believe no reader of this book will be in doubt. How typical is Cain of the South's still virgin soil and of its pressing seeds, and the book's chaos of verse, tale, drama, its rhythmic rolling shift from lyrism to narrative, from mystery to intimate pathos. But read the book through and you will see a complex and significant form take substance from its chaos. Part 1 is the primitive and evanescent black world of Georgia. Part 2 is the threshing and suffering brown world of Washington, lifted by opportunity and contact into the anguish of self-conscious struggle. Part 3 is Georgia
Sample complete. Ready to continue?